fixing my cord. Oh, sorry. I'm just fixing my cord. Some of the patients had expressed the fact we go on live early so that they know that they're on. So if there's any troubles or challenges, they can get it resolved. So we're live, but we're not doing it yet because we still have 5 more minutes. So 5-minute warning right now. So 5-minute warning. 5-minute warning. 5-minute warning. As I'm fixing the cord. Touchdown! Here for you.
You been adjusted yet?
Have I adjusted yet today?
You been adjusted yet?
Not yet. We're live. Like this. There we go. Don't knock the camera.
Oh, I'm gonna break stuff.
I know. Dr. Anderson said he's going to break stuff.
Left-handed is good.
Okay, if you're on now, I want you to get on and say your name and say that you like what's going on right now because I'm weird and silly. So whatever you like, please put that on there. Just make sure we know you're live. I want to know everybody's watching me. So make sure that you enjoy it because it's going to be a great program. I really promise it is. Right? Sammy's hiding again. Oh, by the way, new format. We're doing it in front of the big screen TV instead of on the mini me and the big me and the presentation. If you like this version, please say like. If you like the old version, just put old. Because that way we can know which one works best for you guys. Because this isn't about me. It's about you guys. But you know, I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. They're all laughing at me. I'm going to stop moving right now.
Say some words. Talk about your glory days.
The glory days. Well, my peak in high school.
I like to move it, move it. 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 We're getting close. This is the hardest part. I'm nervous.
You got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2-minute warning. So feel free to stay. We are on live. Patients were asking to go on early, so I'm on early. What is Angela saying? Something?
So the people that are watching it.
The people like it. The people like it.
People like this. So,
Yep.
so you like this format? You liking this format? You digging this better? Me being around and moving? Because I did
Think fast.
the other way. I hated sitting too much. Sitting for an hour for me is like suicidal torture. It really is like Chinese water torture or something. Sound good? So we don't want that. All right, just quick for all you that are online already. Don't forget we have our dinner with the doc, the new format. Red Lobster says no go. Therefore, we're going to say yes to Weeby Kitchen here in the office. We're doing organic, healthy meals here at the office. So it's going to be great.
Just be
Kitchen. Oh, Just Be Kitchen. Sorry. I like Weeby Kitchen. Right? Isn't that cooler?
Yeah, make one.
The Weeby Kitchen. We're going to become Weeby Kitchen. So we're Weeby Kitchen and we Weeby
Kitchen.
supposed to be ready.
You gotta tell me, man.
Heads up, heads up. All right. So we're going to be doing it in the office. It's going to be on the 24th. Am I correct on that date?
With the cat, I don't know. Like 23rd, 24th.
It's on that Friday. David, is it Friday the 23rd or the 24th? 23rd. Friday the 23rd, sorry, at 7 p.m. You got to register and you can bring your friends. And if there's a Eventbrite where you can go on Eventbrite and look for us, and you can actually sign up and register for that. So dinner with the doc. It's going to be a lot of fun. First one in office, we're getting this stuff figured out. We're going to get it all happening. Time is it?
It's time.
Is it time to go live?
It's time.
Okay, we're really going live this time. So we are live. So again, for those that just got on, this is the new format. We're doing it in front of the big screen. Hope you'll like that a little bit better than me sitting in front of a computer for an hour sitting doing nothing. So I just wanted to, and so please put down, put your name and say, I like the new format, or I say I like the old format. Either one is fine, whatever the majority rules. I just want to make sure you guys get the content and we get able to pour into what's necessary. All right, so without further ado, let's go and get moving. Obviously, let's get moving. That's a joke. The program is called Movement. So it's all about movement and getting action. Now, did we know that this is a typical scenario with adults and teenagers alike? Adults who are inactive have a greater risk of stroke, heart disease, depression, type 2 diabetes, cancer, and early death. Congratulations. 12% of high school students don't get the recommended amount of exercise, and childhood obesity has tripled in the past 40 years. They used to call adult onset diabetes type 2. They don't do that anymore because the kids are becoming so diabetic as a consequence of this. All right, so we've got to make sure our sedentary lifestyle is killing us. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard this or not. We tried to say it, but sitting is the new smoking. We need you to be moving and getting your body active. We have 5 critical essentials we live by. Number 1 is what's happening right now. Knowledge, changing your heart, changing your mindset, changing the way you think. We're pouring this into you so you realize that there's a better way than drugs, pills, and surgery. Number 2, obviously the chiropractic piece, which is the adjustment and the nervous system. We got a lot of that tonight. Number 3 is a nutrition. 4 is fitness, movement. And number 5 is detox. So I want to really encourage you to embrace all of those essentials. And we'll hit on that quite a bit. Now, what's the challenge we have with being active? Well, we have all these excuses, reasons. I don't care what you call it. It's just this. What happens is I don't have time. I don't know where to start. Gyms are too expensive. It's difficult. So here's the deal, okay? I don't care whether it's a great reason or a horrible excuse. Your body doesn't care, okay? I'm telling you right now. You can make as many excuses as you want right now, and I can probably come up with a million of them why you can't exercise and be more active. But you know what? When you get the diagnosis of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, or whatever, you'll be wishing you would have taken action. Because what I know typically is at the end of a program or end of whatever, people always say, gosh, I wish I would have done that. Always when we set a timeline. Because guess what? 6 weeks from now, you're going to be a healthier, more fit person. So crap out the excuses and give it up. Okay? So problem with motivation. Here's the challenge we've got with motivation. Is that motivation is fleeting, okay? How many of you have tried this? I'm going to get busy. I'm going to get exercise. I'm going to get fit. I'm going to make my adjustments, and I'm going to commit to that. I'm just going to be totally committed to that. Well, that happens until the motivation wanes, and next thing you know, you're not doing it. So I'm going to introduce you to a principle, okay? So this is a law. Now, for those who don't know, this is Judge Dredd. I found a bunch of young people in my office who don't know who Judge Dredd is. Judge Dredd in the era of post-apocalyptic era, this guy was the law. Basically, they took the judges and they put them on the streets as cops, and they would arrest them and they would render judgment on them right now. So what this is, guys, is a law, the law of truth. And here's the deal. The law of 98 versus 100% commitment. We talked about this in the office, but I want to reiterate for those that have never been in the office or those that did not hear this particular portion. If you put your energy, 98% energy into accomplishing something, what's your chance of success? The answer is 0. Because every time you walk up, let's say hypothetically you're going to give up sugar, okay? I'm going to give up sugar. Every time sugar presents itself, you have to give up brain bandwidth. You have to literally think about whether you're going to do it or not. Okay, 98% of the time I don't do sugar. Is today the 2% that I do sugar? Should I do it? Did I do it yesterday? I'm not quite sure. Is this sugar? I don't know. My God, oh my God. And you have all this internal dialogue. So what are you doing? You are wasting all your energy on trying to figure this out. And that is absolutely ridiculous and hideous. See? Versus making 100% commitment. 100%. You walk up, there's sugar, and guess what? no conversation. Why? Because you made the decision. I'm 100% committed. That sugar, I don't do it. No more conversation. Now, guess what you can do? Have a relationship with your family. Have a relationship with your wife. Have time with spend the energy on things you want to be doing. And if you put 100% commitment into the 5 critical essentials of mindset, nervous system, nutrition, fitness, and detox, just imagine how healthy your body would be. You see, that's what we're talking about. 100% commitment to these principles, and your life, your health will be completely transformed. Okay? Now we're going to start with chiropractic. Okay? We typically do not, but I got something really interesting as it pertains to motion. Now this, guys, is a slice of the brain. So if I took my head and I sliced it this way, straight down, this is what we would see. Okay? Now these little areas right here called ventricles, and these little pink color deals, that's called the choroid plexus. Now, your body has blood, okay? And the blood is the nutrients that circulates around the body. Now I asked the question to the group, and what pumps the heart? Pumps it around is the heart. So the heart pumps the blood, so it pumps it away for nutrition, draws it back, right? Now, what pumps the blood? Now, the choroid plexus secretes this stuff called cerebral spinal fluid, which is the blood of the central nervous system, loaded with nutrients, loaded with everything. So the choroid plexus secretes it. It goes and fills up these ventricles, and then what happens is it starts to, so these big cavities get filled, there it is again, and it starts to fill up these huge cavities. It then circulates around, so the brain is now floating in this material. It goes down the spinal cord, up through a process called the conus terminalis, right at the very end of the cord. Then it goes through the central canal, back to the choroid plexus, and gets resorbed. So that's the circulation. Now the question is this: what does the circulating? The blood pumps, the heart pumps the blood. What pumps the cerebral spinal fluid? You know what it is? You know what it is? Want to guess? Want to guess what it is? Want to know what it is? Going to guess what it is? It's motion. It's movement. The wobble cushion. Those actions truly pump this cerebral spinal fluid, giving all of its nutrients to the brain and spinal cord. You want to get a quicker brain? You want a better function? Move. But check this out, okay? This is a really interesting thing, okay? Now, I'm going to read these words. A plausible link between the brain, cervical spine, and cerebral spinal fluid flow. What I just described. The flow of that nutrient blood stuff called cerebral spinal fluid. The story of a Super Bowl winning quarterback who was on the edge of losing it all with a diagnosis of dementia. Now, who am I talking about? I'm talking about this guy, okay? Jim McMahon. 1980s Super Bowl, Chicago Bears. We ain't giving no trouble. We're just here to do the Super Bowl shuffle. That's what they did, the Super Bowl shuffle. Now, what was his personality? You tell me, okay? He's kind of like crazy, not unlike Dr. Andrew. So he was the Chicago Bears rock and roll quarterback, okay? Make sense? Now, at the age of 53, this happened to him. Jim McMahon woke up and he could no longer remember his girlfriend of many, many years. Oh my gosh, what's going on? McMahon behaviors included, okay, lying on the bed, watching a fan go round and round, excessive sleeping, couldn't remember where he wanted to go, stumbling on furniture, not be able to find the bathroom, not knowing where he was going, change in personality. He's no longer this charismatic, sweet, confident, funny, warm guy. Boarded a wrong aircraft. Now that wouldn't happen today, but back in the day, you could get on any plane you wanted on accident. And he did. Now listen to this. He would drop to his knees in a cold sweat, turning ghostly white, and describe complaints as an ice pick inside his brain. Okay? This is his life. He had printed cards with statistics on where to go, how to call people, and how to get a hold of people. This is all pre cell phone. He had his GPS on his car programmed to get him home. Okay? And an alarm go off periodically to shake his body back to life, because he would just start staggering off into the wilderness. Not a very good life. Okay? Around that same time, a very, very important study came out demonstrating this thing called cerebral spinal fluid flow, what I just described, the flow of this blood of the central nervous system. Okay? So the craniocervical, now I'm going to read some of these words. Craniocervical junction. This is the head of the cranium. This is the cervical, this junction right here at the base of the skull. All right? At the base of that skull is a potential, look at this word, choking point. for the cerebral spinal fluid hydrodynamics and is a causative agent towards Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, ALS, and other problems like hydrocephalus, intracranial hypertension, that's pressure on the brain inside your head, migraine, seizures, silent strokes, affective disorder, schizophrenia, and psychoses. So the lack of flow, the lack of motion inside the body, circulating this stuff through the body is a plausible cause for these challenges. Now check this out. McMahon was examined and evaluated by a chiropractor who assessed the upper cervical spine. Now look at the words, okay? Cervical spine brain biomechanics using specific radiographs or x-rays. What do you think we do? This is exactly what we do. We look at your x-rays, not for the purpose of just seeing the misalignments, but knowing where the misalignments are, measuring it to the millimeter, and applying specific corrective adjustments to ensure your body gets the full corrective action. And we talk about pinching nerves and damaging cords and things like that, but think about this. Choking point for the flow of that cerebral spinal fluid. So upper cervical practitioner utilizes radiographs to measure the static alignment to help determine which side and angle to adjust the spine. What direction do we need to adjust? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it there? What do we got to do? And we do that through the measuring and the application of specific corrective chiropractic adjustments to correct it. All right? Now, following a precise corrective adjustment, his post-X-ray demonstrated better alignment. And how did he respond? Listen to these words. He was diagnosed with dementia and all those other symptoms. His life was over. It was over. Check it out. Within minutes, he felt like a toilet was flushed because all that fluid ran down the choking point once the corrective subluxation adjustment was rendered. He could feel stuff leaving my brain. My eyes cleared up, my speech cleared up, and he was restored back to his health. Is that an amazing story or what? The power of motion, applying the motion, correcting, allowing the movement to flow. That's what happened to Jim McMahon. So check this out. Corrective chiropractic adjustments allowed the movement of the cerebral spinal fluid, and his life was freaking restored. Movement is life. Optimum movement is optimized life. Do you want an optimized life? Do you not want an optimized life? Do you want this for yourself, for your loved ones, for your family? Because by God, this is what we do. What kind of life do you want? Do you want the Jim McMahon before or after? Who do you want to be? Do you think he would have had a fabulous life if this would have been left uncorrected in his life? And think of all the potential problems this could cause. We talked about the brain functions as it's building up here, but what if a blockage is here, or here, or here, or here from subluxation? This could manifest as anything inside your body. Okay? This is one of our patients. Okay? Now, the arrow's pointing here to all the damage and decay, and that is nasty. I'm not going to say that's not. But where I want to put the energy is into that number, 14.4, and that one there, 52.3. Those are supposed to be 18 and 18. That's the measurement of the upper cervical spine. She is literally extending her head and jamming the brainstem as a potential choking point, remember the words, for that cerebral spinal fluid. But the story gets better. Now, this is the specific measurements that I alluded to. See? Look what it's doing up here. See the gaps back here? Look what that's doing. That's jamming up against the skull. And what do you think that's doing to that choking point? How's her cerebral spinal fluid flowing? How is the nutrient getting to the spinal cord? At the brainstem level, where the vagus nerve comes out, and that controls 24 organs or more and all those functions inside your body. See the choking point? Now, I put this picture up. It's a front view. You can see the eyeballs, just to point that out. But what I want you to look at is this area right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to blow this up for us so you can see it. Now, I want you to look. Now, this is called the dens right here, okay? And this is the outside part of the lateral mass of the first cervical. So it's called the lateral mass dental interval or space. Now, I want you to look how big that space is. Now, I want you to look at the other side. See how narrow that is? So what is happening to her so far? She's extended like this, and she's driven downward on the lower cervicals. This one, it's jamming that direction, so it's pushing sideways, enhancing the choking point at the brainstem level. That's going to affect here and everything below it as the inactive circulation of the body. Now, this is a hard one to see, but I'm just going to show you the number of 86. This is a top x-ray. We took a picture this way so we could see the alignment this direction as well. And there's another choking point. She had 3 choking points, just like Jim McMahon. And she's manifesting the exact same pathology, but different clusters of symptoms. Why? Because it's a different choking point. A different thing, a different region. And it all depends upon that. And we're talking about microscopic. 1 millimeter of misalignment is bad, and this is horrific. So can you see, this is not just the Super Bowl winning quarterback. This is people. This is you. This is our loved ones. This is our patients. So our goal is to stop that choking point to make sure we've got optimal alignment. See the difference right there? So right here at C1 at the brainstem level, we're making sure that's happening and getting you back to where you need to be. So brain impulses. Dr. Seth Sharpless at the University of Colorado said that the weight of a dime alters neurologic function by 60%. So if that choking point, decreasing the cerebral spinal flow, is over 60%, or the weight of a dime, it'll stop the impulses by 60%. Can you imagine living your life at 40%? Because you live your life through the nervous system. If you cut the brainstem off, you're dead. You got no life. If you block off 60%, that leaves 40% life to be lived. And you're going to get sicker and weaker and sicker and weaker. And this is the part that's crazy. 60% interference, that's the threshold of symptom. So these people with 40% life energy are only working, they have no symptoms. So what are they doing about it? Nothing, because they don't realize where they're at. You know, Jim McMahon, the Super Bowl winning quarterback, did not start manifesting this until years later. Why? Because this is life destruction over time. So we've got to get your spine, your nervous system functioning perfectly. And what does it look like? What does 60% damage look like? Feeling great and then being diagnosed with cancer. Congratulations, you have cancer because the body got sick and too much time passed. Being happy, getting the news you have a silent heart attack and walking out with a prescription of 5 medications. Apparently healthy, then diagnosed with diabetes, now you take metformin for life. The absence of any symptoms whatsoever, now you're taking lisinopril for blood pressure. Living your life reliant on medication to keep your body's chemistries in normal range, hooked on drugs like cholesterol and blood thinners for life. Why? Because they're not thinking about why these things are manifesting. How about wearing adult diapers? Who wants the adult diapers later in life? Guess what? It's coming. Hang in there. Future choice of being in a wheelchair, full-time option because of the choices you're making right now. So my question is simple. Are you willing to commit 100% to the essential number 2 and all the other essentials to restore your body back to its God-given potential, 100% life energy? Are you worth it? We had a mission in this office, guys. Our mission is to transform lives, to transform people's level of thinking and energy and passion. And it's not an easy passion. It's not an easy one. This is not an easy mission. I promise you it's not. Because everybody is so indoctrinated, ingrained on drugs, surgery, vaccinations, masks, and all the rest of the malarkey. Why? Because they don't understand the principle of health. How many people do you know right now that need to be checked? How many? Well, I don't know anybody that has any symptoms. I just went through that. We need to get an x-ray. It's the only way to know. I want you to do me a favor. Okay, there it is right there. I'm going to pause for a little bit. There it is up on the screen. I want you to take your cell phone out right this second. Take it out, and I want you to text the word. Now put this in the text line. 254-8430. That's our office number. You text it and you text the word gift. So put it in the top part, type the word gift and hit send. What's going to happen? You're going to get a link. That link is going to show up on your phone. Okay? Now, once you receive the link from the text, what I want you to do is this. You're going to copy the link. You're going to write down 10 people you love. You're going to write down the people who are most important in your life that you need this the most. Text every single person that link. But there's some words I want you to do. I want you to add these words. Okay? Hello, Mary. This is Angela. I'm sending you this gift. I'm sending this gift to you because I truly want you to live a happy and healthy life right now. Beside me. My chiropractor has a program that has allowed you to be beside me on a journey of life and health and wellness development. That's what I want you to do. You see, if I become the person I was meant to be, I want you right beside me because I love you and care about you. This is about saving people's lives, changing their minds, having them open up a knowledge and an energy and a passion of how to be healthy. Because here's what I know. When I reach down in the depths of my own soul, I know that I want for you and everyone you love is to have a life like no other. I want you to have a life of expression and love and passion that you've never had before in your whole life. Because here's the deal. You're special and unique. Regardless of what you want to think or believe about yourself, I believe that of you. I believe you are one of a kind, and you deserve to have that expression. You and the people you love deserve this. The way you can move the needle, moving it forward for them, for you, for them. You've got to be able to shift people's lives. Help us by referring people to our office. Take this, and guys, don't try and type all this right now. I want you to do something for me. Take a picture. Get your phone out. Take a picture of the what's right in front. Take a screenshot right now, and you'll have the words. You will be able to forward this information to the people you love, and you'll be able to transform their lives so they can have the life of their dreams. Every person deserves this. Every person on this planet deserves an epic life. We can't do it alone. I talked about the dinner program. Red Lobster shut us down. That's how we would take people to Red Lobster. So now we're doing an in-office dinner program. We'd go out and reach out in the community, do lunch and learns. Shut us down. The only way we can serve and help people is by you doing things like this and caring enough about the people in your lives. Please take these action steps and help the people. Care enough. Care enough. My wife always says I care too much. Sorry. We got to move the spine. We got to circulate this, right? So you get your corrective adjustment, and then you do your wobble exercises. You do your neck traction. This circulates that cerebral spinal fluid so your body can get moving again. So your nutrition can get moving again. So your life can be restored again. So wobble. Why do we want to wobble? What organ that sits in your chest pumps the blood? What do we say? That's called the heart. What organ pumps the central nervous system? Movement of the spine. Pump your cerebral spinal fluid to restore your life. That's what we're all about. Benefits of exercise, essential number 4. It helps support healthy weight, boost your mood, build strength and muscle, boost energy, helps decrease your risk of disease. There's no downside to exercise. There is no downside. So the bottom line is there's a good kind of exercise. And remember this, any kind of exercise is good exercise, but there's the best kind of exercise. And it's called short duration, high intensity exercise. HIIT training, burst training, surge training. There's a lot of different words for it, but it's on-off training. Okay. Now what this does, the high intensity exercises also optimizes the hormones, testosterone, human growth hormone, leptin, all these fat burning, muscle building body enhancing. It fires up the ENOS system, which is the exercise induced nitrous oxide system, which is way more anti-inflammatory than anything. So if you have bad joints or painful joints, what do? You move and that fires up that hormone and bam, symptoms disappear because the body's becoming anti-inflammatory. You get it? So we want to make that happen. So here's my quiz question to everybody. Who wants to run with conventional exercise, classic cardio, run for an hour and burn calories for an hour and then have it stop? Who's a fan of that? I don't enjoy and you're burning calories. Here, look at your burning calories, but the fat burning goes on for up to 48 hours after exercise. Every Tuesday and Thursday, we're doing exercise classes. They're all under the tenet of the afterburn effect, metabolic conditioning. This is how it works. See, that's called Max T3. You've got it. You've got the video or you've got the online login to do these kinds of exercises. This is what we're about. Now, the T3, we always say Max T3 is 3 days a week. That's all we're asking you to do it, but it stands for time, type, and tempo. And that's going to fire up that anabolic fat burning versus the catabolic muscle wasting one. Hormones. Heart rate monitor. Important. In order for you to burn the fat you're searching for, you have to hit 80% of your maximum heart rate. If you go online and look for heart rate based upon your age, there's all kinds of charts all over the internet. So grab one of those and find out what your maximum heart rate is. But I'm going to tell you a study that was done. And the study, what it did is it took people and said, I want you to exercise how you're feeling. When you feel like you're at 80%, I want you to stop and let's check. 99% of the people were at 40%, half of where they needed to be. So if you feel like you're busting it hard, remember, you're doing about 40%. Double it. Now, double it for you is different from double it for me, different from Dr. Andrew, different from Dr. David, different from everybody. So you are unique, and that's the point. We got to make sure you're doing it, though. But when you do conventional running exercise, you burn calories. With Max T3, you burn fat. Would you rather burn calories or would you rather burn fat? I'm a fat guy. I'd rather burn the fat. Okay? Hopefully you see the same benefit. But we got to protect your joints. That's one of the other problems with the long-standing, long endurance type running is it's damaging to the joints. That's another potential benefit of the Max Fit or the Max T3 program. Okay? Now it's low impact, which is really nice on your joints. And how does this affect it? How do we make an effect on that? Well, again, neurologically is one side of it, but this is a brand new supplement called Joint Health. And this has got something in it called hyaluronic acid, which is almost like a lubricant for your joints, okay? And it comes from various sources. It comes from the crown of a rooster, actually. And so Maximize Joint was uniquely formulated by some of the brightest minds in chiropractic and strengthens and supports your joints. So right now, okay, I want you to start thinking, making a list or start sending texts. You're going to go into the thread and you're going to text and you're going to say your name and I want this supplement. We'll pull it and have it ready for you when you come into the office. That quick. Boom. Okay. So the research supports the rapid joint release as little as 7 days. But guys, this is what's neat. It's about the people that developed this were the brightest minds in chiropractic and nutrition. Yes, I'm one of the 5 people on the nutrition committee, which makes me one of the brightest chiropractic minds in chiropractic and the whole thing. And that's a shameless plug for me. So there you go. Boom. But guess what? Better for you because the keyword for the event is called shameless plug. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to walk into the office and they're going to say, I have some supplements I had pulled or I'd like you to pull or whatever. And then you're going to look at Jackie and you're going to go, shameless plug. Shameless plug. And that means a secret code that's going to get you a wonderful discount. Okay? So make sure the word is shameless plug and you're going to text your supplement order to that number right there. Take a picture, take a screenshot, make sure you got it, write it down. Old school pens work. Okay? So that's the first supplement we're recommending to protect your joints. It's called Joint Health. There you go. All right? Now, in addition, we have some, if you ask for this, it's fine. You can look at the comparison of the Max Living Joint compared to the top 2 selling brands and why this one is good and this one is not so hot. and we've done everything we can to make that formulation fantastic. Okay? In addition to the joint health, I encourage collagen. Guys, I was not a fan of collagen. I'll be 100% honest with you. I thought, nah, not for me. Well, as I've gotten older, I started getting that tissue paper skin. I started having trouble with running in bliss and getting blood vessel ruptures and all these types of things. Well, since I started taking collagen, my skin is coming back, the hair, the skin, the nails. I mean, you want that? I mean, let's put aside the health benefits. How about the fact you want to stay youthful looking and make sure that you get wrinkles under control, beautiful glowing hair again like you did in your youth? The answer is collagen. So make sure you put that. So text that word to 303-254-8430 collagen, and we'll pull it for you. And curcumin is anti-inflammatory, huge, and it's not an anti-inflammatory medication. It's an anti-inflammatory health benefit. So it makes your body anti-inflammatory. It doesn't create low inflammation. It works in a biological level within the principles of our nutrition strategy. Not treating, but correcting, whether it's nutritional correction or spinal correction or mind correction. Okay? So joint health, collagen, curcumin. If you want to, just put the Advanced Joint Health Bundle, and the girls will know what that is, and they'll pull that for you. Okay? You also have a perspective. They'll print this up for you. It's step-by-step instruction manuals to enhance your joint health, chiropractic side of it, nutrition side, and all the other 5 essentials are laid out step-by-step instructions. Okay? Kind of cool, yeah? So, nutrition of exercise, before, during, and after. What should you be doing? So, before any workout, 2 to 3 hours before, a nice healthy meal of carb, protein, and fat. Now, what does that follow? Depends upon the eating plan. Are you on the advanced plan? Are you in the core plan? Okay? And we're not going to detail that. That's not part of this program, but it's in the nutrition book. It's in the Align Your Health book, and there's a whole bunch of recipes and things in there. Okay? 30 minutes before, we want to get enough energy to carry us through that intensive 12-minute workout. Unsweetened applesauce, banana, or an orange. And again, remember, always, guys, organic if at all possible. And you've got to be hydrated prior to the workout. Now, let's talk a little bit more about hydration. Hydrating 4 to 6 ounces every 15 to 20 minutes. What does that mean? In a 20-minute workout, you should be doing at least a couple of sucks on juice, and that's quite a bit of water. So you got to keep your body hydrated, okay? Now, this is a bugger right here, and I want you to take your sports drinks and throw them in the trash, because basically the whole thing has to do with one thing, and that's sugar, okay? Now, the word Gatorade. Where did Gatorade come from? The Florida Gators, okay? Literally the football team. What they did is they took water and they added Himalayan sea salt, and they found this enhanced the performance of their athletes, and they called it Gatorade. But it tasted nasty. Salt water in the middle? I don't think so. So what did they do? They added some sugar to it. And then they added more sugar to it. Then they found as a marketing strategy, they said, gives you the electrolytes and gives you the sugar your body craves. All it is basically sugar water. That's all it is. And it doesn't have the hydrating things you need. What I'm going to encourage you to do instead, we'll talk about in just a little bit. Your after meal workout, this whole thing on the bottom is kind of a bummer. I don't know how to stop that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. A balanced meal of healthy carbs, protein immediately after, and I'm going to encourage you to do your shake meal, okay? A bone broth, whey, plant, whatever your choice is. Now, whey is a little bit inflammatory, but it also is a very, very good nutrient. If there's dairy sensitivity, don't worry, because it's not high heat processed. It doesn't have herbicides, pesticide. It's a alpha-2 allele cow, which is very close to breast milk. There's so many positive benefits to all of our supplements. So make sure you're the balance of that meal. Then about 30 minutes after, so you're going to finish your exercise, drink your shake meal. 30 minutes later, I want you to take a little chunk, just a tiny little chunk of beef, chicken, or fish, okay? That's going to help your muscles recover and help you with all the muscle soreness and so on, okay? All right, so that's before, now building the muscle mass. And I don't want you to be concerned, all right? You're not going to become Arnold Schwarzenegger, all right? So what we're going to, let's go back. Sorry, I went too fast. So this is the fitness bundle we're talking about. Now you can get any number of these, because we'll put in your texting, text what you want, okay? Now if you want the whole bundle, just say nutraceutical bundle for fitness or fitness bundle, okay? Let's talk about each one. The whey protein, we talked about that. That is your protein meal replacement. That's not high heat processed, readily absorbable, no pesticides, no herbicides, built from a cow that's closest to breast milk, an alpha 2 allele cow. The plant protein also comes from a pea source, is what it comes from, the pea protein. Also very nice. If you're a vegan, a little tougher to digest, not so easy on the tummy, however. Pure Path protein, this is the best of the three as it relates to tummy health. Bone broth is one of the most absorbable, one of the best things to enhance your immune system and body functions, and also muscle development as well. Okay? And then it comes chocolate, vanilla, and all the different flavors. Now this one right here, the Strength and Recovery Complex, that has in it the branched chain amino acids, valine, leucine, and isoleucine. Those guys, they look like the letter Y, okay? Big capital Y. Now, why are they there? Because branched chain amino acids are the best at rebuilding muscle tissue. They're great for hormones, the anabolic hormones that we're talking about. This is, and who likes to be sore after exercise? Not me. This stuff right here has helped so much, so much. It's been immensely helpful. So what you want is the Strength and Recovery formula. Now, Max Fit. Max Fit is one that has to do with cortisol. Is exercise stressful in the body? Yes or yes? Of course it is. So what happens is when you start to exercise, cortisol starts to increase. Now, because we do the T3 exercise, by the time the cortisol spike occurs, we're well into the resting phase and then cycling back up. So if you do conventional exercise, you definitely want this. But if you have trouble with soreness and whatnot, what you want to do right here is the Max Fit. It's got ashwagandha in it, which is going to affect cortisol, as well as a lot of other nutrients inside of there as well. Okay? So once again, one of the proteins you want to get, the recovery formula and the Max Fit. All right? And that's called the Nutraceutical Fitness Bundle is what you want to text. But you're going to have to specify the bone broth. Again, that's for tummy more, but also good for muscle building. Pure Path protein, vegans made of pea protein, a little tougher to digest, and the whey protein made from dairy. But typically people with dairy problems don't have trouble with it. But if you do have any dairy, I just jump back to the Pure Path. That's what I do. Okay? All right, sweating. What is the purpose of sweating? Sweating is the body's detox. It's part of detoxification process. So you have to be sweating. Now, some people have trouble with sweating. They simply don't sweat. So why don't they sweat? Well, there's a simple answer to that. Why don't you sweat? Because you're dehydrated. Now, I'm going to get this out there, and hopefully you're all listening. It's not about water. Let me say it again. Dehydration is not about water. It's about water with a proper amount of salt. Water goes where the party is, okay? So if the party's inside your blood vessel with all the trace minerals your body needs, the water will stay inside of the blood vessels. If they don't, if you don't have enough trace minerals, it will leave the cell and go into the interstitial tissue. You'll pee like a racehorse. You'll drink water and pee, and all you're doing is depleting out your trace minerals. And because now you're dehydrated, you're not going to sweat. So how do you fix that? One last thing is if you're having trouble sweating at all, Max Keto Electrolytes. This has all the electrolytes your body needs to keep it balanced. It's what a body craves. And if anybody knows that joke, it's from a movie. So anyway. What electrolytes, it's what a body craves. Anyway, moving on. Okay, it's a funny movie. Okay, so don't forget, now we're getting towards the end, so please don't leave me yet. Let's finish up strong. Don't forget the 98 versus the 100% principle as it relates to mindset. What is the mindset principle in this office? Very simple. Watch the webinars. When we go live, when we post things, most things are a minute or less. All I want you to do is consume that information because guess what? You're getting inundated with commercials and rhetoric and cell phone and threads from all of these sources that are giving you dis and misinformation. They're giving you lies and untruths. So guys, you want to get the truth, watch and consume the stuff we post. Share that information with the people you love and care about. So make sure you understand that 98 principle, 9800. We want 100% on mindset, 100% on nervous system, nutrition, fitness, and detox. If you get that, your life will be transformed. So this is the action steps. Follow your adjustment schedule. If you are not making your adjustments, that's not 100% commitment. You will not get what you're after, and you'll not have the life of your dreams. I'm telling you right now, please make your schedule. If you can't make it, use the scheduling app to reschedule your appointments. Please, just don't miss, okay? Don't leave us high and dry. Guys, I want to see at the end of the day an empty schedule because everybody made it. And I know you get busy, but by gosh, to reschedule is nothing. So make sure you do that. Refer your loved ones. Guys, as I told you, everybody deserves this epic life. So make sure you text that gift and that picture you made. And by the end of this program, I want you to send out to all the friends and loved ones, and they'll schedule and become patients and call them, encourage them, keep encouraging them so they can be healthy. Pump the CSF. You got to wobble. You got to do your neck traction, right? You exercise using the Max T3 you've got. Pick up the needed supplements, either the joint supplements, and the number one thing would be the joint repair, okay? Exercise supplements, and use the secret code. Remember the secret code? You remember what it was? Right? I'm not going to tell you. You got to watch it in case you're cheating trying to go to the end. Okay? Now, that leads us to you, Richard Landeros. Mr. Landeros. Okay. Fearless immunity. We are doing something we've never done before, ever, in the history of our practice. We are having a master class. Now, this master class is going to be an invitation patient program only. You will be invited personally to this program. Okay? Invitation only. It's an intensive. It's a 6-week intensive program in bite-sized chunks. What we tend to find is like we do something called a makeover. If you've ever been there, it's a lot of fun, but there's so much in there, like 2 to 3 hours long. And oh my God, they're exhausting and so many action steps you need to take. Well, what we've done is we've taken that makeover and we've broken it down into 6-week bite-sized chunks, 30 minutes. That's all it is. 6 weeks, 30 minutes each. All right. And we're going to hit and address max immunity. We're going to talk about cancer. We're going to talk about the 5 essentials. And what we're going to do is we're going to equip you with the information and knowledge and application steps to transform your life. Become the master of your own life and health. We're going to create master. You know, there's a study that said that to become a master of something, you have to do it, I think, 20,000 times or something. So I've never considered this, but I'm a master of adjusting. I've done well over 2 million adjustments. So I think I'm pretty good at it. So if you want the best kind of adjustment, get in this office, not just from me, from the other doctors. Fabulous adjusters. But the bottom line is mastery of your life. But in doing that, now this is the part that's probably the most frustrating, is you guys desperately, you say, Dr. Ray, I have told everybody about your office, but nobody wants to come in. And it's because I haven't equipped you with the action and the knowledge. We're going to make you a master as good as I am. You'll be able to master the language and what's necessary to encourage your friends and family to become patients. Here's how a typical referral would go. Oh my gosh, I feel terrible. What's the matter? Oh, we have a headache. Oh, my chiropractor treats headaches. You should go see him. Now we've become headache doctors. Oh, I'm having these horrible menstrual cramps. Now, oh, my chiropractor, now we're a menstrual doctor. Oh my gosh, my diabetes, sugars are out of control. I'm a diabetic doctor. Oh, I'm this doctor. I'm a back pain doctor. I'm a neck pain doctor. Do you see how it goes? And they come in here confused when we start talking health principle, and then they don't become patients because they get discouraged. Okay? We're going to equip you so that not only will you help yourself, you become master leadership skills. You're going to master the leadership skills to help others achieve their health goals. This is about others. This is about servant, being a servant of others. Serve your loved ones, serve your friends, serve your family by being equipped with the answers to their questions as it relates to our office. When they walk in, they walk in and say, I know what this place is about, and I'm here because I want to be healthy and I want that epic life that my buddy Richard Landeros told me about, or whoever is going to be invited. He's one that's going to be invited to the master class. I told him he'd be listening in. Okay? So these are special invitation only. Okay? Now, here's the thing though. If you feel like you're ready to take it to the next level, okay, I really embrace what your office represents, and I truly want to become a master of the 5 essentials. Approach a staff member, approach me, approach one of the doctors, and tell us I'm ready to go. So you can also call or text the phone number, just like you've been texting for the gift and everything. Text that same number with your name and say, I think I'm ready for the master class. And if you feel like you are, just text it in this thread right now so we know, and we'll sit with you and make sure that you qualify. because there's certain rules and criterion in order to be part of the master class, because we want people that are truly committed to the 5 essentials and want to transform themselves and want to transform everybody else. Make sense? Okay? That's our master class. Now the first one is coming up Tuesday, October 13th at 6:15. Dr. Nick, myself, and Dr. Andrew will be teaching those. Okay. And again, different classes for different doctors, that kind of thing. But all the doctors are going to teach it. And you can participate in any of the 3 classes. And we're going to make it as easy as we can over the next 6 weeks to make it to those classes. And guys, I know it's a commitment. I get it. It's like, gosh, 6 weeks, but it's only 30 minutes. And if you schedule your adjustment just before the master class, you're literally just going to hang out for 30 extra minutes and participate. And your life would be transformed. And what would that mean to your loved ones? What would that mean to your daughter, to your wife, to your kids, to your best friend? The ton of energy you're now creating. And so you're not tired every night flopping on the couch staring at the television set. You're able to go for walks, be able to go on hikes, bikes, pack. I mean, you watch me do it crazy stuff. But if you haven't done it yet, watch me on the exercise. Watch the one today. I think I killed Dr. Nick, to be honest with you. I hope I did. I tried. Okay? So again, please think about that. If you feel like you're ready, text it with your name and we'll follow up with you on that. And we're going to be contacting each of you independently and individually about the master class. So that's starting tomorrow. So be ready. If you get drug into a room, you know what's happening. All right. Now, here's the way it's going to play. All right. We're going to have the master class. All those people are going to get to the end and they're going to graduate. And they're going to get a plaque with their name on it, and that we're going to give to them, and we're going to make a big plaque on the wall with the patient's names and the certification that they have completed a master class and they are considered a master of the 5 essentials. So that's coming to you. Now that's going to come on. Let me put one more button here. December the 9th, all-day celebration for everybody, not just the graduates, but for every single patient. We're going to have balloons. We're going to have fun. We're going to have all kinds of things. Sometimes we have a clown. Sometimes we have face painters. Sometimes Becca does backflips. And then who knows? There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on here. But it's just a big party and a lot of fun. So guys, we're going to be doing that. And it's also a time to bring your friends, to introduce them to the office, because we do that whole initial workup examination for no cost. So your friends and loved ones can truly express with actually no expense to them whatsoever. Okay? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. More critically, I hope I touched not just your head, but your heart. Because we are truly here on a vision, a mission of health and life. And we truly love you and care about each of you. And we want your life to be better. That's what it's all about. Guys, thanks for listening. Take care. Have a great rest of the night. Bye-bye. I'm walking around and turn it off. Oh, never mind. I don't turn it off. Amanda's going to turn it off because I do this all the time. Bye.